Toastmasters and guests. My speech is called My Presence. And, okay, so as I was thinking about what to present, I've known for a month. I mean, really. Over Christmas holiday, I can get a speech done, right? No. I mean, this weekend I was panicking, thinking, what am I going to talk about on Wednesday? And I have to plan these out or I won't speak. And finally it came to me, what am I trying to be with my New Year's intentions? There are some things that I like to speak on, things that I want to learn about. So I learn and I practice speaking. And I'm just going to tell you a little story about one of my New Year's intentions, is being present. So I have to ask you guys, I don't know if you've thought about it, and probably some of you really have, but have you ever been driving along, let's say down the freeway, and you're supposed to be going somewhere and taking a specific exit, and you completely miss it, and you don't even realize you missed it until 5 minutes after, or even 10 minutes later, and you go, oh my God, where am I? What is my mind? My mind is absolutely not functioning right now. Yeah, I think so, right? Or the other one that happens to me almost every morning, I swear, but I've really tried to mitigate it, is I eat boiled eggs in the morning for breakfast, and every morning I put my eggs on, and I always turn the stove off and I take them out. But sometimes I don't really remember turning the stove off, and about once a month I have to, it's almost a neurotic thing. I have to call my neighbor and have her go over and really make sure the stove is off. I don't know where I was when that happened, but it's usually off. So you perform the act, but mentally you are not there. And so this concept of having your unconscious mind take over versus your conscious mind is what I want to talk to you today about. And the conscious mind being situationally aware, or in the moment, or in the now. So as I said, this is one of my New Year's intentions. And I was thinking, what is going on, and how can I know that I'm being unconscious when it's an unconscious thing, right? It's really quite confusing and very deep thought. But I thought, well, I need to pay attention to when I'm doing this. And it was a little disturbing to me, thinking, when I'm doing this, actually, it's a lot. It's a lot. Every hour, it might be 10 minutes of the hour, I'm thinking other things. And it's not necessarily wandering, daydreaming about silly things. I mean, it really is, it means a lot to me because I'm doing it, but it's not necessarily constructive either. It's the inner mind talking to myself. I know I don't necessarily talk vocally, but certainly internally I do, and I think that some of you do a lot as well. And the one thing that I have been struggling with, this concept of planning for the future. I want to think about the future and think about the past, but I want to do it consciously, right? It's important to plan. You get educated, and you get jobs, and you save for retirement and all these things in the future. But if it's an unconscious worry, or unconsciously worrying about my conversation or my next speech, or how I look in front of the audience, unconsciously that's bad, but conscious thought is good. So I had a little epiphany when I was thinking about this. My unconscious mind, I'm going to speak for myself, this is my journey. My unconscious mind is generally negative. And that is fascinating. I think about poor conversations I've had, really terrible speeches I gave like 2 years ago. I think about that still. I worry about my daughter and the school she's going to, and is she learning enough? I worry about my parents, long-term health care, and I'm responsible for that. All these things, and I go, what a burden on me. These are all really negative, and it's an unconscious negative thought. I also, Wendy, I make up stories about what people are thinking of me up here. I mean, it's crazy. It's all made up. It's just, it's not even true. Conversely, when I am a conscious mind, I think about positive things. And this is my epiphany. When I am conscious, I smile more. I am calm. I don't sweat the small stuff, as they say. Things aren't that big of a deal. I connect with people. I listen. And I form relationships that I wouldn't have had. And I am genuinely happier when I am thinking consciously and grounded to myself. So as I was thinking about how happy I am when I'm conscious, I think I have got to do this more. And I don't have all the answers, but I do know a couple tips is catching yourself. You have to catch yourself and think about, I was just unconscious for this many minutes, and I absolutely, if you keep catching yourself, then it will become fewer and fewer times. Appreciate nature. Step back, smell the flowers, look at the trees, say, I'm really appreciating this right now, and just think about it, as silly as that sounds. Spending 5 minutes with my daughter a night. Now that, you go, really? You don't have 5 minutes? 5 minutes, it seems like a lot, but it's just 5 minutes for a connection with your kids. That really grounds me. And I have also learned to meditate. It's kind of like house cleaning. I only do it once a week, but it's just like, gets all the junk out, and it's an amazing feeling after that. So in conclusion, I know that we all have this to one degree or another, some more, others less, but start paying attention, I urge you, and try it, seize the opportunity to just be, and I think we'll all be happier. Thank you.